Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to another episode of Halls of Torment. I don't know why I can't walk upwards. It's really strange. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's go to the Haunted Caverns. I've been having a hard time with the harder difficulty areas, so I'm just going to keep grinding away at this one a little bit as we get used to stuff. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It's because my controller's plugged in. If I have my controller plugged in, I can't do keyboard and mouse, and I'm not quite sure why. Wow, this is really effective. Pickup range, movement range, and duration. Duration would be interesting. Pickup range isn't that helpful. I'm gonna go duration just for the burn. I don't know how much burn you can stack on an enemy, but I feel like that could be incredibly good against bosses. And let's go for the damage. We seem to have a pretty good AoE. It doesn't do a whole lot of individualized damage, but it does quite a lot in terms of just chewing through. Also, I don't see the treasure chest. I wonder if it's actually one of those, like, win a run, get a better thing for the next run kind of bonuses. I actually wouldn't be surprised by that. Well, in that case, I should probably just head for the bottom and make it work. I'm immediately loving this character. I do also want to get a lot more gear so we can actually potentially go for a more specific build, like high AoE, or I mean, honestly, the retaliation damage run seemed really interesting, but I just haven't seen enough upgrades to make that at all viable. But if we can find just enough items to make retaliation work, or the right character for it, then I might give it a shot. Also, carrots are new. Oh, this guy mulches through shields, because the shields require a certain amount of hits, not damage. Okay, extra attack speed? Yeah. I'd like to invest in some other weapons, but this Flamethrower is just too dang good at the moment. Maybe later it's going to be bad, but at least right now I'm really enjoying how fast it just cuts through everything. Like I said, this specific refrain for this song really reminds me of the Mechanicus soundtrack. And honestly, kind of love it. I don't know, there's just something about organ music that is not used nearly often enough or well enough in game soundtracks, and it's something that I'm always hoping to hear more of, especially in more like kind of dark fantasy music. Let's see, extra range, main weapon, yeah. I might want to invest in heavy defense on this character. We don't have the stopping power. Defense or movement speed? Bit of both, really. Okay, let's see how fast we mulch this guy. Honestly, we're pretty fast already, so it's probably better that I just know the... Okay, the fire damage does stack infinitely. We just haven't had a reason to do so. Well, let's go for lightning strike. Yeah, I think when we get the chance, I'll invest a little bit more into defense, because it seems like it wouldn't actually be a bad idea for me to disregard damage to some degree and just become incredibly tough, because a solid chunk of my damage is actually scaled well, a lot of my damage is based purely off of that damage over time effect. And so if I can just outlast things, they'll burn. It also feels a lot clearer when I pick things up, too. Which is kind of nice, like picking up small amounts of coins. Now, I'm gonna go back to, I think the addition of small healing like the carrots, good idea. Keeps the damage low and makes it so you're not as reliant on stuff like a health potion dropping. Because I often don't need a full health potion. Okay. Base defense, health regen per second? Yeah. Yeah, let's just get it so we're actually a tough boy. Rather than hyper focus on damage or anything. Because I don't think my damage scaling affects the burn effect. Let's see, duration, pickup range, and I'm gonna go for the lightning range just because. So the stun range isn't the damage. The lightning only hits like one enemy, but then it stuns every enemy around that. Ooh boy. This is effective? Let's see, attack speed. Probably attack speed. It's not going to be effective for long against a lot of other enemies, but while we're in the just basic bone zone, I want to cut through as many of them as I possibly can as fast as possible. It's a lot of EXP really quickly. And I'm going to make use of this. For a chance, base defense. I don't quite know what it means by a certain ratio. Is it just a flat amount? Is that what they mean? Or is it like a percentage? I don't know. I'll probably just invest into both block and defense whenever I'm given the chance. Because I don't think I want to go crit. Because if a lot of my damage is locked behind burn damage, then going, unless that fire can crit, which I'm pretty sure it can't, there's not a whole lot of reason for me to invest into it. Okay, movement. Nah, let's go for the range. Because the more enemies my fire can reach, the better. I don't give credit where credit is due. I mean, I'm just absolutely ripping through them. Feels good. Okay, more attack speed. Yeah. Because the damage, dedication and regeneration. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, toasty roasty. Can he? Oh, he can't burn. Can he? No, he's definitely burning. It just took a little bit to get him to the point where he's actually getting roasted. It also takes a lot to get him to burn more than 100 damage per tick, which is a little unfortunate. I mean, it's still ripping through him pretty effectively, but a little tough. Alright, so what do we got? Damage for health points, additional damage for each burn. I mean, it feels like the ruby circlet is just made for this character. What we might want to do is actually visit the well right at the very end. Let's go for the attack speed. Because the faster I attack, the more those burns are going to stack. Let's go get our next ability. These enemies are starting to get kind of tough. Whenever it's these singular tough enemies, that's the point when I travel. Oh. Awesome. That's appreciated. Do I want the orbs? Do I want the needles? I'm gonna go orbs, I guess. I don't think we actually want conversion. It's not terrible. 30% attack speed is a lot. No, let's actually do it. Here's the thing. 20% crit damage can be gained just with a regular attack. Whereas, or with one singular regular level up, not an attack. I don't know what I was thinking. Whereas 30% attack speed is what? 4 attack speed upgrades? Or 2? I guess it's not that overpowered. But considering I don't think most enemies have that much HP, it's probably worth it. Okay. Do we want to go for the crit chance? I think I will. I don't think there's a reason not to, specifically. It does seem like my attacks can crit. I'm also seeing some crits for like 24 damage. And I'm kind of curious about the how and why on that one. Let's see. Defense. Probably duration. Because that does affect the stun as well. So that stun is such a micro stun that it's probably not really affecting it at all. Okay. Nope. Trying not to get hit. I spec somewhat into defense, but I don't actually think it's really doing the trick. Maybe I need block. Let's see. Damage, orbit distance, orbit size? I mean, Astronomer's orbs isn't terrible. But I think I'm gonna focus on trying to make my lightning better. Kind of. Okay. There's also speed, which isn't terrible either. And honestly, actually, looking at Astronomers, this one is definitively better. The other one is just raw damage, which isn't bad, but the other one is just universally good. Because the faster those orbs move, the more they actually clonk enemies. Unless you can actually somehow get one stuck in an enemy, and it'll do, like, a decent tick rate of damage. I'm not betting on it, though. Alright, let's just toast all of the wizards. I guess I should be heading north, not south. There's next to no benefit for me to be going downwards. Because unless the map loops or there's something else to do, I'm effectively just walking further and further away from both the well and just everything else. Where'd all the enemies go? That was weird. Ooh. Ooh, these big slimes are going to be interesting to cut through. I don't know if it's actually going to work out well for me. We'll see. Because they pop fast and seem to die reasonably fast. Okay. I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be fine. I just have to make sure I don't walk through a poppin' slime. Burn, you bastard. It does seem like my fires kind of cap out at about... No, that was a 225. So they definitely burn more. Oh, transfixion. Fires projectiles in the direction you're facing. Damage is reduced for every hit enemy. Chance to apply fragile. Sure. Let's see. More attack speed? Yeah. I just want a lot of lightning. I don't need single target. I just need a lot. I need big many. Yeah, let's just, Ooh, burn chance. I didn't know that was even an option. Yeah, let's stack that up. I just figured it had 100% burn chance. Or something like, I don't know. I almost kind of wish instead of burn chance, it was kind of a proportion to the amount of damage you do. And so the more damage you do, the faster it builds up like a burn meter. And the higher that burn meter, the more damage it does. Oh well. 10% multi-hit. Yeah. Okay, I'm definitely digging transfixion. That feels really solid. I need it to attack more, but it's a good complement. Let's see. Extra damage from the main weapon, that additional projectiles and area. But I'm gonna go for proficient stance. I just want my flamethrower to flame harder. I think I also saw that the magnet does in fact magnetize money as well. Okay, so the meat dogs are gonna be, I mean, they're gonna be meat dogs. They're gonna be coming from this angle. I guess, I don't know, I don't even know if any of it matters. Just burn meat dog. I thought I'd be running into more trouble than I currently am. I'm definitely taking some damage, but a lot of that is just me being lazy. Having an itchy eye, which is not a good sign. Well, not eye. Eyelid. Boy. I cannot imagine how miserable it would be if your eye somehow had an itch. I'm assuming it's something that happens, but for me it's always external. And mostly because, like, a moat has decided to lodge itself there. Let's see. So do I want to do dedication for a bunch more defense? Sure. I'm almost thinking defense is probably a percentage base. That it specifically just reduces your damage by whatever the percentage is, and then block cuts the rest. Area and cone size. Now let's work on transfixion for the time being. Boy, like, even the meat dogs are burning to death pretty quickly. I think maybe I invest too heavily into damage, and what I need is purely attack speed and, like, coverage. Maybe. Okay. Extra duration, extra range. No, let's level up transfixion for the time being. It's a good complement to the flamethrower, seeing as, I mean, effectively they're just one weapon now. It's a flamethrower that occasionally fires stakes out of it. Don't think too deeply about it. There, the boss. I think this is the fastest kill I've ever gotten on the dude. These tougher skeletons are actually a bit of a concern. As long as I don't get surrounded, I'm good, though. Yep, that was pretty quick. So what's our next one? Let's see. Summon a skeleton every 15 seconds. I like that one. Oh, do I actually want to grab the Necromancer's Clutch and go deliver it? Probably. The question is, do I want to deliver the Necromancer's Clutch, or do I want to deliver the Fire Helmet? I feel like the Clutch is easy to go deliver. Yeah. Here's my thoughts. Even though the Fire Helmet that I currently have is kind of amazing, it's good for this run. Damage bait. Let's go for a little bit of regen. It's good for this run, and if I try and game it, I might lose it, and might lose the run. This... Oh, that's mine. Let's see. Retrieve that item. This helmet's bound to show up again on a run on another character that is not burning things. That's specifically going to be when I want to use it. Or use it, return it. I mean, the more I play, the more I'm going to get these items anyway. And I don't even know if it's actually a particularly good item. Mainly just because most of my enemies aren't even getting the chance to burn. I'm killing them too quickly. If there were more abilities centered around burn builds, then yeah, but it's really just the Flamethrower at the moment. And while the Flamethrower is a good carry, I mean, I guess I am actually burning a bunch of them there. Let's see. Do we want to go for Vitality? Let's go for Vitality. I could use a little bit more beef. Let's see. Do we keep heading for the lockpicks? I might as well, because once I get to the lockpicks, then we just stay in that one singular location, or just kind of scoot slowly away from it and just hope more lockpicks show up elsewhere. Okay, I wanna get rid of those mages. They're jerks and are annoying. Oh, for a second I thought the big slimes were UFOs, and I got really confused about the tonality of this game. Also, I'm not doing enough damage here. Let's go for some area and cone size. Ow, 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 ow. Because if I get really lucky, I'm gonna find another lockpick before I even get to this one. At which point, yep. Let's see. At which point I can just pause and wait for the other one. We should probably also clear some of this horde before they all go away. Because shield skeletons are slightly tougher than the regular ones, but they die really fast because I just make them drop their shields. And so I want to kill as many as I can before the tougher enemies show up, because I'm not quite as good at destroying them. Let's see. Unfortunately, the casters in the back are slightly obnoxious. Ow. Wow. They don't quite have the staying power that some of my other builds have had. Let's just go for the raw damage. Yeah, the defense is certainly working. I'll give it that. It just needs a little bit more. Ow. Alright. Meat dog time. It's a lot of meat dogs. Area and cone size? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on that. That's a lot of meat dogs. That's a lot of everything, in fact. Maybe the attack speed on transfixion would have actually been a good idea. Well, at least I get a potion. Yeah, I think at this point, especially since this is a much more like chasey group, I can just cut through them really quickly. And then toast whoever's behind me. Here we go. Time for the frame rate to die a smidge. Okay. Go for the attack speed. Let's see, base HP, pick up additional strikes. Yes. Health, range, duration, crit chance. Okay, defense, no. Let's go for the transfixion attack speed. Those spikes are actually really good. And so if I can lob more. Alright, looks like that's it. Area elemental. Oh. So my flamethrower has a bigger area now. And so does my lightning, which I'm curious about. Unfortunately, I don't think that applies to transfixion. Okay. There's a wizard. I'd like to take him out, if I can. Unfortunately, the crowds being slung my direction. Oop. I'm making this a little tough for me. Crippling cuts, crippling cuts. Okay, I'm now firing spikes in both directions, which is going to help a lot. I think the electrified lightning would have actually been just as good, if not possibly better, but this keeps them off of my back. Let's see, damage and crit damage. I mean, sure. Might as well. I've got a decent chunk of range here, so I can kind of carry. And we're getting a lot of quests done, which is very much what I'm looking for. Ooh, small brown dogs. Gonna be a problem. Guess I gotta figure out exactly where their entrance vectors are. Let's go for a little bit of block strength at this point. Because I focused kind of hard on defense. Because I don't quite know how these work. Okay, don't walk through the goop. That is death. Everything is death. Everything is scary. We might also want that pickup radius at this point. Honestly, maybe I should just stop disregarding pickup range. It genuinely seems like a bad idea to disregard it. Even though there are the lockpicks that specifically might give me what I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. Ow. Alright, ow. There we go. It just takes a little bit for the slimes to split. And that's kind of the killer for me. At least I should be able to cut through this guy reasonably quickly. Okay, and then we can just burn all of the big meat dogs. This is not rare meat. Ow. Problem is big meat. Oh no, don't do that. Ouch. That sucks. At least we get a lot of gold, and we've unlocked some new things. Ring of Fire, Dragon's Breath, and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, I should have looked at my statistics. Yeah, I liked the fire. It dipped off, but I liked it. Let's see. Who do we want to roll with? You know, I haven't played the Swordsman in a couple of runs, so I guess we'll roll with them. Okay, Unholy Crusade, Scorched Earth. The ability Dragon's Breath, Blessing Fire Damage. I think we just needed to unlock a number of these. So maybe, actually, instead, maybe I should just go for Captain Torchboy. Just stick with him again and see what I can do. Yeah, because I don't think the orbs were a good idea. I think I need things that give me elemental damage. Let's see. We also need a new helmet. Enemy with physical attacks, splash damage. This one's still really good. I want to save up for that. The problem is I keep spending my money on other things, including fire damage. Yeah, no. I have to. That's a 30% damage bonus on this boyo. Yeah, let's just do it again. Everything must burn. Do we want to try going to the other region? Embergrounds? No. If I can't clear the Haunted Caverns, I don't think I'm going to be able to clear Embergrounds. I'm not actually sure if that's true. You know what? Let's return to camp. Let's try going to the Embergrounds. Because the one thing is, the Embergrounds has 2 bosses that show up at a time. And my thoughts are, I bet that's a bigger power boost. Okay. So let's not invest in defense as much this time around. I think maybe block. Or we just don't invest into either. It definitely feels like one of those that playing defensive is a trap and your entire goal should be just to take no damage. Which I realize is slightly impossible. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for the pickup range. Wonder, can I actually see my stats? Pickup range. Base and then total, 4.4. The problem is, I kind of need this EXP this early on. Okay, block value equal to unreduced damage of attack. The chance to block is 50%. Exceeds the damage by 4 times, it becomes 100%. It feels like that's not very good. But I'm going to assume I'm misinterpreting it, and it's actually still very good. Okay, I think range. Range is my big one. Because I just want to be able to toast things from a decent distance away. And the extra burn chance. I don't know if these upgrades prevent you from getting other upgrades. Like, I've seen them go by, but I don't quite know if they're like a limiting factor. Okay. Snag those. These enemies are very passive, which is an interesting choice. Like, they're coming at me, but they kind of stop, and then they consider what they're doing for a bit, and then they go back to chasing me. Is weird. It's a good time, though, but it's certainly weird. Ow. Do not back up into demons. It is a bad idea. Alright, here's Meat Man Supreme. I think he's actually got fire attacks. Dad? No. He would need a flamethrower. If anything, this would be like my character's aspiration. Just be a weird fire meat man. Okay, more strength? Yeah. Because the duration is nice, but like 8% duration is kind of peasly. And I feel like I could do better. Okay, transfixion. No, let's go lightning strike again, simply because we want elemental damage. And I want to focus fire on that. I still don't know if those lightning strikes actually hit groups, or if it's a singular enemy only. I know if you get the electrified upgrade, It gets it. Do we want to go for the range? Yeah. Once again, I think my flamethrower shots have infinite piercing. They just don't have infinite range. Okay, I should probably boogie at this point. Also, these guys will chase. Will they chase me? I have no idea. I've actually taken some damage. Yeah, the problem is they're too cowardly. And so they bunch up behind me. Ow. Let's see. Defense and healing. Yeah. Yeah, they bunch up behind me, which isn't the easiest to deal with. Because they bunch up kind of far away and I don't have the range for that. Well, it's fine. Probably. Credit where credit is due. The cheese is pretty good. Oh, sweet. On a random lockpick. Yeah, those little heals are nice. Okay, pick up? No. Area and cone size. I just want big fire that go far, that burn everything. And now for whatever reason, I'm getting this like extreme desire to play SteamWorld build. It's not even out yet. Just want to play it again. I don't know. Town builders are fun, but a lot of them tend to be kind of samey. So it's nice when I get one that I'm actually excited for. I think really what I need to do is actually just simply invest some time into it. Into the genre, into each of them. So additional attacks is tempting. Ooh, that is actually tempting, yeah. Let's go for it. Because I think I'm just firing one fire at a time. But if I can get that up to 2 fire, yeah, I can see that being good. Alright, let's just leave them with some toast. As we make our way away. Unfortunately, this means I'm gonna have just like oodles of experience just sitting behind me. Wow, those demon dudes are actually tanky. What is that? Oh. Speed boost and invincibility. Alright. Well. Stinky. Grab it. Dragon's Breath. Wave of fire in the direction you're facing. Fires a high chance of setting enemies ablaze. Sick. Yeah, there's also a Ring of Fire, which I'm curious about. I think we just unlocked this invincibility item, too. Okay, block? No, range. I want that Dragon's Breath to just go for eons. Oh, eons? I don't know. Okay, crit damage by 40%. It's decent. Blocks strength while moving. Builds up by move distance. Block strength is limited to 10. Movement speed buffs increase the cap. Standing still removes the bonus. Well, there's your tank item. I think we're going to go for the copper ring, though, for the time being. That one's kind of universally useful on any character. Well, maybe not any character, but... has a lot of fire. I think we do want the duration if we can get it. Let's just go for the max health. Feels like these meat dogs are slower and meatier by like a fair bit. I mean, makes it easy for me to get that burn going. I guess losing the stun range maybe isn't the best idea. Because in retrospect, if I get the upgrade that specifically electrifies my lightning, then we want stun range. Damn. Oh, I guess those meat dogs are still chasing me. Nope. There's the lava blob boss. I always feel like this character should be fireproof. But by that merit, I guess so should Lava Blob. At which point, no thank you, do not make Lava Boss. Do not make Lava Blob or any other such bosses immune to fire. I do really wish the damage bonuses would actually apply to my burn damage. It's kind of unfortunate to have statistical increases for status effects to be sequestered away under some kind of upgrade. But I guess maybe it would get really busted otherwise. Additional flame walls and area. Yeah, let's go for that. Come here, slime, and burn. Okay, it did in fact successfully burn. Boy, there's a lot of EXP in this mess. There we go. Do get something cool. I really wish we could re-roll, but whatever. Range or burn chance? Probably just range. Like, the burn chance is nice, but I want to hit as many enemies as I can. Range and area, base defense. Let's go for a little bit of crit damage bonus. Not that we're going for crit. My main worry is that some of these are mutually exclusive, because I really want more wave. Because the two of these together have made a pretty convincing hyper flamethrower. Actually, yeah, maybe I shouldn't go for crit damage at all. Because once again, I'm not really trying to crit here. Oh, it's the good old classic meat dog. I like meat dog classic. Okay. Kind of keep my distance. Let's see. Additional projectiles. Now let's go for the area cone size. Because that helps. That helps all of my abilities currently. I guess kind of sort of not so much transfixion, but I'm not really building for transfixion if I can avoid it here. Hey. That's a nice boost. No, I guess I've got to go for the range and area on the Dragon's Breath. Oh, there it is. Okay, base defense, crit chance. I guess I'll go for the base defense. I'm not taking a whole lot of damage here. But most of the... Wow, this is actually working? Oh, those flame waves kind of toast things. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go for the crit damage. Or the crit chance. Since snagging even just a little bit of crit seems like a good idea. Destroy 200 objects, flammable. You mean to tell me I haven't destroyed 200 objects up until this point? That's wild. Maybe that achievement just wasn't in the game and therefore being tracked, or maybe it wasn't unlocked and being tracked. I bet that's it. I'd almost argue I've probably destroyed 200 objects in this one run, which I guess is the other possibility, but you really think I would have destroyed an equal number of objects or more in any of my more successful runs. Oh, worms. Is this the farthest I've ever gotten? Maybe. On hit chance. Oh, for fragile. Nah. I guess let's crit. That's not the best. Hey. With magnets, though. And the lightning. That lightning is doing real work there. Okay, let's go down here. I don't know if we have a boss yet. I'm hoping we get an interesting evolution for the flame wave. Or the lightning. I just don't want the one that makes it do chain lightning between enemies. That one's very hit and miss. Har. Because it often will hit enemies that are kind of off on their own. Maybe. I don't know. I just want speed. More. Ow. Oop. That rock prevent movement. I'm not seeing any treasure chests on the map. I almost wonder if they actually have been phasing them out. Attack speed on the main attack? Yeah. But now you have to get items from bosses. I wouldn't actually put it past it. Or past the developers who have changed that. Okay. As usual, I just have to be kind of scared of the slimes because they've got that long animation before they split. And that's usually when I walk into them thinking that there's no credible threats remaining. Alright, here we go. Give me a little bit of food. Give me this. Dragon's Breath knocks back enemies. Oh, that's super helpful. It's like everything I possibly could have needed here. Alright, now we've got 2 meat boys. I'm gonna go for big meat man first. He's legitimately far easier to kill. Alright. Let's see. Splinter magic. Physical. I don't know, let's go for arcane splinters. I need more elemental moves, but I think I'm gonna have to unlock them. Keep working on that crit chance. Oh, I can shove the boss. That's fun. Oh. Unfortunately, I don't think my flamethrower can do it, but whatever. Let's see. You want to do? Yeah, damage. Well, it does seem like the Ember Grounds are working out reasonably well for me. That's a lot of fire. Hey, boss dead. Okay. Damage and crit damage. Sure. I guess I have no choice. Honestly, it seems to be working out fine. But I'll see if I can give it some more range anyway. Alright, how we doing? It's gonna be a long video. Additional flame walls or reach or coverage? Honestly, I'm thinking just additional flame walls. Because, yeah, that when it's like 2 or 3 going simultaneously, it's just 2. If I can get that going 100% of the time, that's a massive arc of burning and reliability. And so ideally, I'd like to have that going 100%. We also desperately need some more attack speed here. The fact that I have to wait that long for my next flame wave to go is a smidge rough. Okay, additional attacks, but it reduces the damage. I mean, yeah. Because it seems genuinely... Oh. This is this guy. Oh, this is where I died. I remember this ball. Ow. Okay. Okay. Blessed be the potion. And he's dead. Perfect. Ow, 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 ow. Just don't let anything touch me. Easier said than done. Transforms the type of your main weapon into fire. Now has a 20% chance of burning things. I mean, I like it. Wooden ring's pretty good too. Okay, I gotta make sure that was the right one. Yes. Okay, let's head for the well. And then let's head for the magnet. Also, these enemies are brutally difficult to spot. Dang. Let's see. Damage, additional projectiles, area. No, I'm just gonna go for some health. Those speedy flying skulls are actually kind of mean. Alright. Oh, hey. That's a boon. There's so many items that I've just left behind. Yeah. Crit chance and stun range. We lose a little bit of attack speed, but I think it's worth it. Base damage flat. Ooh. It's like really good. Now we're starting to get the cool upgrades, like survive until there's 12 minutes left. Yeah, some movement speed at this point might not actually be inadvisable. Because there's a lot of gaps, but they get closed. And so if I can specifically... let's see. Yeah. Let's just keep making that heckin' big. Ow, 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 ow. Freaking... Yeah, it's just not often enough, considering how much I've invested into it. Ow. Okay, the well is directly above me. I'm not doing a suicide rush. But I would like to... Oh, iron ring... Wait, what? Oh, base attack. That explains some things. Okay, well we've saved the item that... Ow. I've saved the item I want to save. Now it's just a matter of survival. I don't like the chargy hammer imps, because they'll mark an area that you're supposed to stay out of, but then they'll charge through you on their path to it. And that's a little rough, because I have no idea which imp is charging at that. If there was only one, like the boss, it'd be easy. But there's so many. There's so many imps. Ow, something was there. Unfortunately, it's almost impossible for me to figure out if there's an enemy where I'm moving. There's a lot of special effects, and I am in the thick of it. And so are they. I mean, flip side, this run's gone, like, infinitely better than expected, so... Who cares? Like, as long as I'm snagging more and more upgrades with every run, I think it's good. Just go for the base crit chance. At this point, it's gotta be obscenely high, yeah? Crit chance, 25%. Now, it's not as obscenely high as I was hoping it would be. Still, 25% chance is pretty good. Hey. Okay, block, no. Raw damage. And attack speed. And more attack speed. Because what I need is for my flame wave to be coming out constantly. For one to always be rolling. Because if I have that, then we kind of functionally have a permanent safe zone that I can inhabit. Kind of. Got the lightning strike mastery. Hopefully we'll get a different super upgrade for it. Because that would actually be very helpful. Alright. Do we just keep kind of scooting through? I think so. No, I don't strictly need the magnet at the moment, so I might not pick it up immediately. Wait until we hit the 3 or 4 minute mark, but you know, get close enough to it that I can trigger it at any point. Okay, let's go for that crit damage. I mean, I guess technically that's only a 4% damage bonus, which is not actually that good. The higher my crit chance, the more that crit damage is worth it. But right now it's not great. Not terrible. Right, I did say I wanted a little bit of movement speed. Half the time here it's going to be completely useless to me because there's nowhere for me to go. But if I can outspeed my enemies while shooting for gaps, that's actually incredibly useful because I'm surrounded, but there's plenty of holes for me to slide through if I'm quick enough. Ow. Surprised another mid-boss hasn't shown up yet. Feels like it would be about time. Additional walls, area and ability, yes. Actually, do we occasionally get 3 now? No, I don't think so. But I think we very reliably get 2 almost all the time. Almost all the time. Let's go for that range. Ow. Keep seeing the enemies that are zapped, and I keep thinking it's a new unit type that I have to maybe be concerned about. And the answer is nope. No concern is warranted. Ow. I keep getting hit by something. Do we pick up the magnet? I don't know. Yes. We've got boss worm. Base health. Because I think the potions scale off of... Well, I don't know, actually. Ow. Okay, let's see if we can burn boss worm. Unfortunately, boss worm actually seems to be reasonably tough. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I need to invest a little bit more into movement speed sooner. Oh no, that ring of fire item is like a pickup item. I almost have to run away from him. He's faster than I am. Ow. So he'll always beat me in a race. Unless I get lucky, one more hit and I'm done. I mean, maybe Slime Hell is hitting a bit of a pause. Nope. Famous last words. Whatever, we got a lot of stuff. Fire affinity, sparking tips, a lot of money. Something about flammable. I don't know. An X-main quest. Defeat the Wraith Horseman. Huh. I really should look at my deeps, but it's fine. So let's take a look at these. So Exterminator, Trained Exterminator, just gain some money. Reach a level 100. Blessing, fire damage, Dragon's Breath, fire affinity. Oh, that's a trait. Oh, it's a trait. Oh. Trait types flammability and recovery. So it looks like we're unlocking a bunch more. Ooh, also Stream of Fire. Ruby Circlet. And then there's another item for Rat King. So if I go over here. So we had fire damage. Do we actually have those traits? No. It's a bit of a shame. Okay, I'm gonna refund the fire damage just because not actually that useful for anybody other than this character. So I could get the Ring of Fire, but I want the Echoing Band. Because now I can potentially give the Archer a shot. I think she would specifically just want oodles of attack speed. And maybe like a bit of regen and capacity. I don't know. One way or another, we'll have to leave that for another episode. For now though, if, well, I don't know. I've probably done my preamble if you've seen this video. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I guess it's a post-amble. Amble.